It's been a long time since we had a true Gran Turismo game, just over 8 years in fact. So with a whole new generation of racers taking on their first numbered GT title, getting started with Gran Turismo 7 can be a challenge in itself. I'm Mark from Racing Games and welcome to our Gran Turismo 7 Beginner's Guide. We have a great list here of 5 tips to help you get started in Gran Turismo 7. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Life in Gran Turismo 7 starts before you even hit the track. If you navigate to the top left of the home screen and then hit Options, you can change several settings. This is where you will be able to change the AI difficulty, so if you're struggling to keep up or disappearing into the distance, you can fix that here. You can also fully customize your controller, be that the DualSense or a wheel from here. Change where your gear shift buttons are, or even how you steer. You can also adjust the vibration settings and trigger strength here. A lot of new players don't realise that a game's settings can be tailored to their tastes, and the same goes for the assists. Gran Turismo 7 has a big range of driving assists for players. You can get to these by selecting a race and then clicking Settings, then Assist Settings on the race start screen. Here you can pick your transmission, your level of traction control, if you want some level of brake and steering assist, along with the racing line style and even counter steering assistance. It really is a complete suite that new racers should take advantage of. Our recommendation for brand new players is to use automatic transmission, the full 5 traction control, and set ABS to default. After that, set the driving line to all and turn on the braking indicator. As you get more comfortable racing, these can be peeled away in layers. Start by setting the driving line to corner indicators and using manual gears. Then drop the traction control, and so on. You will go faster with all assists off, but it will take a good deal of practice to get proficient enough to stay on the track. Some players just want to dive straight in at the deep end and grab the fastest car they can. Gran Turismo 7 doesn't really let you do that. Instead, players start with a lowly Japanese compact car and have to build up to an elite racer. This is great for new players, and you shouldn't be in a rush to leave behind the more mundane cars. Driving the starter Toyota Aqua for a while will help you get used to the way Gran Turismo 7 feels and plays. By following the path laid out for you in the GT Cafe, not only can you unlock extra tracks and cars to use, but you'll also get an amazing lesson about the importance of each type of car and the historic manufacturers. This is all done at a pace to keep things manageable for new players, and as such you shouldn't be too quick to buy a rapid GR3 car from Brand Central and start thrashing it around. Before we move on, have you subscribed to Racing Games yet? Just one click and you're on the Racing Games grid. Oh, and hit that notification bell too so you never miss an upload. Alright, on with the video. Money makes the world go round, and it is no different in Gran Turismo 7. While you do earn a good number of cars, eventually you'll want to buy your dream car and tune it up. That's all well and good, but credits are hard to come by in Gran Turismo 7, so make sure it's the right car for you. With just a few thousand credits for winning campaign races, dropping $1 million or more on a car and upward of 100,000 on tuning options is a huge investment. You can't use one car for every race either, so if you really do want to invest in a car, then it may be best to start with something from the used car dealership and then tune it up. If you go straight to the Legend Cars showroom, you could soon find all your credits gone. They say practice makes perfect, but practice also takes a long time. Thankfully, Gran Turismo has always had this in mind, and has plenty of training programs to complete. The License Center is the classic GT spot. Here you have a series of 50 tests that start with simple straight line braking and progress to complete laps of tricky circuits in the wet. Then there are missions, where you can get used to slipstreaming and overtaking. There is also Circuit Experience, which is available for each track. This breaks the circuit down into 5 manageable sectors, or 10 for the Nordschleife, so that you can practice chains of corners and then put it all together for a 1-lap attack against the clock. The circuit experience is completed with no other cars on the track, giving you the chance to learn in peace, and then repeat sectors over and over until you know it completely. The tuning shop is perhaps the most valuable part of Gran Turismo 7, outside of the races themselves of course. Here, you can upgrade your car and make it more powerful and raceable. Everything from the new air filters to turbos and better tyres are available here. While some parts are expensive, upgrading a car to keep it competitive is cheaper than buying a new one for a fresh race. There are a couple of key upgrades you should get for basically any car you're planning to race, and you should definitely check out our video on upgrades for our top tips there. However, that's not where tuning ends in Gran Turismo 7. You can set cars up with a huge amount of detail, everything from anti-roll bar stiffness to camber, downforce levels, and eventually even add ballast or tweak the differential. If you're racing at a place like Monza, where it's all straight, or a tri-oval like Daytona, then lowering the front and rear downforce in this screen will give you better speed, helping you overtake AI cars even faster. If you're at a more technical circuit like Suzuka, then you'll want to add a bit more downforce. And that's it! Now you are ready to tackle the wider world of Gran Turismo 7, and with a bit of practice even hit sport mode and go face other racers. These tips are just that, tips. What works for us might not necessarily work for you, so be sure to let us know in the comments below what makes you fast in Gran Turismo 7. For now though, thanks for watching. I've been Mark from Racing Games. Like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Gran Turismo 7, and now I'm off to once again attempt to get my A license. It wasn't my fault I failed last time. Someone moved that apex, I swear.